Welcome to tonight's sleep story. Let's drift into a soothing story together as you begin your journey into a restful and rejuvenating sleep.
You walk into a grand ballroom, the sound of delicate music drifting through the air, mingling with the soft whispers of silk and lace. The floor is gleaming, the chandeliers overhead sparkling like 1,000 stars. Yet, amidst all the opulence, a deep emptiness lingers in your heart. You watch as beautiful women glide across the floor in graceful waltzes. None of them seem to embody what you are truly searching for. You're the prince, a man who has inherited the throne of a prosperous kingdom, and yet you feel as though you're trapped in a golden cage. You've spent years searching for someone who can meet the high standards set by your imagination, someone who embodies the ideal of grace, beauty, and nobility. But so far, the women around you, despite their elegance and charm, all feel the same. At the heart of your kingdom, you've held lavish banquets, invited the most esteemed princesses, and yet none have captured your heart. The truth nags at you like an unspoken question. What is a true princess? You thought it would be simple. You thought that finding someone who meets the royal expectations would fill the hollow space inside you. But the more you search, the more distant your vision of perfection seems. Tonight, you stand at the edge of the ballroom, watching the dancers twirl under the glow of the lights. The laughter and chatter of the court fade into a dull hum as you lose yourself in thought. You watch a princess laugh, her golden hair shimmering, her dress flowing like a river of elegance. Yet something is missing. You don't feel the connection. What is it about them that falls short? For a moment, you step away, walking to the far end of the room, finding a quiet corner where the moonlight filters through the windows. The air feels crisp and cool against your skin, a gentle reminder of the night outside. You lean against the stone wall, the chill offering a fleeting sense of clarity. A faint sigh escapes your lips. You think of your kingdom, your people, and your role as their ruler. You think of your parents, their legacy, and the weight of their hopes for you to find the perfect match. But no one, it seems, is worthy of that title. No one, it seems, has the depth you seek, the true essence of what you've been taught a princess should be. A soft wind brushes against your face, carrying with it the faint scent of the garden beyond the palace walls. In the distance, you hear the faint call of an owl, its hoot breaking the silence of the night. The question lingers in your mind, and for the first time, you wonder if maybe the ideal you've been chasing has been nothing more than a dream, a fleeting vision that you'll never catch. You've longed for a connection that is deeper than beauty, one that speaks to your soul, yet every time you think you've found it, it slips away like sand through your fingers. As the evening drifts on, you realize something that feels both unsettling and liberating. Perhaps your search for perfection has been misdirected. Perhaps what you truly seek isn't perfection, but something more elusive, more genuine, something that can't be seen, only felt. The ballroom around you continues, its lights still dancing, but the questions within you remain. And as you stand there under the soft moonlight, your heart, the night has settled in around you like a soft velvet blanket. The sounds of the grand ballroom are now distant, fading into the background as you step into the quiet of your chambers. There is no more music, no more laughter, only the steady beat of your own thoughts. You stand by the window, gazing out at the moonlit garden, wondering how you have arrived at this point of uncertainty. Suddenly, there is a soft knock on the door, breaking the quiet. You turn, surprised to see your mother, the queen, standing in the doorway. She is calm, composed, as always, but there is something in her eyes tonight, something knowing. Your Highness, she begins, her voice gentle, but carrying an undeniable weight. I see the burden you carry, my son. I see how heavy the crown feels on your brow, and I know the struggle you face in finding the one who will stand by you, not just as a wife, but as a true partner, a true match. You meet her gaze, feeling both relief and hesitation. The queen has always been wise, and though her intentions are pure, you wonder if she can truly understand what you're seeking, mother. You say softly, your voice heavy with unspoken words. I've met so many. I've danced with them, spoken with them, admired them, but none of them are the one. None of them feel like the one. How do I know, truly, that I have found the right person? How do I know if she is real? The queen pauses, her expression thoughtful. She steps closer, her presence calm, and places a hand gently on your shoulder. The answer is simple, she says, her tone laced with knowing. True nobility cannot be hidden. It cannot be disguised or faked. A true princess will reveal herself not through wealth, beauty, or titles, but through the simplest of gestures, through her authenticity. You listen closely, but the unease in your heart remains. You want to believe her, but you can't help but wonder how you will ever find such a woman. Is there even a true princess left to find? I have arranged a test, the queen continues, her voice soft but firm. Tomorrow, a visitor will come, a woman who claims to be a princess. I will test her to see if she is truly worthy of you. Asterisk, you raise an eyebrow in surprise. A test. Yes, a test, she affirms, her voice now filled with a quiet intensity. You see, my son, nobility is a matter of perception. Tomorrow we shall see if she is truly the one. The queen does not elaborate further, but you can feel the weight of her decision. You trust her judgment, but something inside you shifts. You feel a strange anticipation stir in your chest. What if this test, this unknown trial, is the answer to all your doubts? The following morning, as dawn's first light spills into the palace, you find yourself waiting in the drawing room. The air is crisp, the room bathed in a soft, warm glow. The queen enters, followed by a young woman, a stranger you have never seen before. She is delicate, her eyes bright with curiosity and innocence, but her demeanor is composed, calm. You can sense a quiet strength within her, though she has yet to speak. She is no ordinary visitor, that much is clear. There is something about her, something that makes you pause, something that draws your attention. The queen gives you a knowing look. Without a word, she leads the young woman to a large bed where a thick stack of mattresses rests high above the floor. Beneath them, hidden from view, lies a single, small pea. The test begins. The woman looks at the bed, slightly confused, but she does not question the arrangement. As she climbs into the mountain of pillows and blankets, a soft rustling fills the air. The queen, watching closely, observes every movement, every glance. You, however, are not focused on her actions. Instead, you find your thoughts wandering to what you have just witnessed. There's something unusual about her composure, her calmness in the face of an unfamiliar challenge. The moment feels strangely timeless, as though the world outside has paused to watch this woman's every movement. Later that night, after the test has ended and the woman has returned to the palace's great hall, the queen approaches you with a knowing smile. "Well, my son," she asks, her voice soft, "what do you think?" You remain silent for a moment, the weight of the day pressing upon you. She seemed different. You finally say, your voice uncertain but tinged with intrigue. "There was something about her, something I cannot yet place." The queen nods. "Tomorrow, you shall hear the truth of her night. Only then will you know if she is the one." And so, you wait. The uncertainty, the anticipation lingers in the air. Tomorrow will reveal all, but tonight, as you lie in bed, your thoughts drift back to the young woman, the mysterious stranger, who may, in the end, hold the key to your heart's longing. The morning light creeps gently through the palace windows, casting soft golden hues across the room. You wake, but there's an unfamiliar weight to your thoughts. The night, though quiet, had been restless. You tossed and turned, the images of the young woman who had slept upon the mattresses swirling in your mind. She had looked so serene, so composed amidst the unusual test. But the real question remains, was she truly the one? Was she a real princess? You rise from your bed, the heavy silence of the morning pressing in around you. The palace feels different today, still expectant. The whole kingdom seems to hold its breath, waiting for something that neither you nor anyone else can yet define. As you make your way to the drawing room, the air feels thick with anticipation. The queen awaits you there, her face calm, but her eyes glimmer with something deeper, something she has yet to reveal. "She is here," the queen says, her voice low. "She has come to tell us of her night." The young woman enters, her steps hesitant but graceful. Features, she takes a seat, her hands resting in her lap, her back straight. There is an air of mystery about her, something ethereal, as though she is both part of the world around her and yet slightly removed. "Woman to speak, I couldn't sleep," the woman begins, her voice soft yet steady. "I felt something beneath the mattresses. I tried to ignore it, but it was impossible. It was a sharp pain, like a small stone pressing into my back, persistent and unyielding." She pauses, her gaze flickering to the queen, then back to you. The room is still, the weight of her words hanging in the air. "I lay there all night, unable to rest. It was as if I was being tested, not just by the discomfort, but by something deeper, something that stirred, something within me. I could not forget the feeling, the awareness that there was something underneath, something that could not be ignored. You leaned forward, your heart racing as the implications of her words settle in your chest. She had felt the pea. She had known, just as you had hoped, that only a true princess, one with the sensitivity and awareness to feel such a small object beneath layers of thick bedding, could endure such a trial. And then something shifts in you, a feeling deep within, something that you cannot quite explain, but it feels like a door opening, a connection, subtle but undeniable, forms between you and her. Her honesty, her vulnerability, her sensitivity, all speaks to you in ways you never imagined. The queen watches quietly, a knowing smile tugging at the corners of her lips. She remains silent, but her eyes twinkle with quiet satisfaction. You stand, your mind racing. You are truly a princess. You say the words feeling right as they leave your lips. There's no more doubt in your heart, no more confusion. The weight that had burdened you, that had followed you for so long, lifts. She is the one, the true match you had been searching for. I did not come here seeking to prove my worth, she says quietly. I only sought to be honest. I am who I am, nothing more, nothing less. And if that is enough, then I would be honored to stand beside you. A rush of warmth, chest, and you find yourself smiling, a genuine smile, one that you haven't worn in what feels like forever. The doubts that had plagued you, the uncertainty, the endless search for something perfected. Realization hits you like a gentle wave. Perfection was never the goal. What you were searching for was not a flawless ideal, but someone real, someone who could feel, who could experience the world with the same sensitivity, the same depth as you. The room feels brighter now, the shadows that once lingered in the corners seeming to retreat. The queen, still watching, finally speaks. It is clear now, she says with a gentle nod. This is a true match. You are both worthy of each other. The young woman, the princess, looks at you, her expression serene. She does not speak, but in her eyes you see something powerful, recognition, a shared understanding. You realize, with a start, that she has been on her own journey as well. Just as you had been seeking something, so too had she, and so the moment passes between you, a subtle shift in the air, as if the world itself has exhaled. In that breath, you both know this is the beginning of something beautiful, something real. You offer her your hand, and she takes it. The touch, gentle but certain. The promise between you is not one of grand declarations or perfect ideals, but of mutual respect, understanding, and love. The future is uncertain, as all futures are, but with her by your side, you feel ready to face it, together the days following. The revelation feel like a gentle, flowing river, where time seems to slow, each moment stretching into the next, filled with calm anticipation. The palace, which had once seemed to echo with the hustle and bustle of expectations, now feels soft and peaceful. Every corner, every hallway seems to carry a whisper of promise, something new, something deep and lasting. You wake each morning with a sense of peace, The doubts that once clouded your heart now dissolved into the warmth of certainty. As you walk through the palace, your footsteps seem lighter, the weight of your responsibilities now shared with someone who understands, someone who truly sees you. You can feel the presence of the young woman, the princess, her quiet strength offering a support you hadn't known you were missing. Every moment with her feels like a discovery, like peeling back the layers of a story you've only just begun to write. You find joy in the smallest things, the way her laughter dances through the rooms, the quiet moments when you catch her gazing out of the window, lost in thought, her eyes reflecting the calm of the world beyond. And then, one day, as you both stand in the garden, the light of the setting sun spilling through the trees and casting long shadows on the ground, you turn to her. Her face is bathed in the golden glow of twilight, and for the first time, you realize how deeply you've come to care for her. She is your partner, your equal. You take her hand, and she looks at you, her eyes soft, filled with understanding. There is no need for words in this moment. The connection between you speaks louder than any declaration could. I have found what I was searching for, you say, your voice steady, filled with a certainty that echoes in your soul. I have found someone who understands me, someone who brings peace to my heart. You are my true companion, now and forever. A quiet smile spreads across her face, her eyes glistening in the fading light. And I have found the same, she replies, her voice gentle but firm. In you, I have found someone who sees me not as a princess or a title, but as who I truly am. I have found my home. The promise between you lingers in the air, like the soft touch of the breeze that stirs the leaves around you. There is no grand spectacle, no dramatic moment, something that will last. The days that follow are filled with preparations, but they feel different now. The wedding is not just a ceremony, it is the beginning of a new chapter in both of your lives. Every detail feels important, not for its grandeur, but for the meaning it holds. The flowers you select for the ceremony are chosen not just for their beauty, but for their simplicity, for the way they reflect the love that has blossomed between you. The music that fills the air is soft, gentle, like the rhythm of your own hearts. On the day of the wedding, the palace is alive with a quiet energy. The sun rises slowly, casting its first rays over the kingdom. You stand at the altar, your heart steady, calm. You are not nervous, not anxious. There is only peace, because you know with absolute certainty that this is the right step. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The princess stands before you, dressed in a gown that seems to shimmer with a light all its own. Her eyes are fixed on yours, and in that moment, you see not just a princess, but a woman who has become your partner, your equal, profound. You pledge your heart, your soul, your life to her. She does the same. In that exchange, there is no pretense, no expectation, only a quiet, unspoken truth. You are both choosing each other for who you truly are as you exchange rings. The soft glow of the candles flickers in the quiet, casting a warm light around the room. There is no rush, no urgency, only the gentle flow of time as the two of you stand together, side by side, ready to face whatever comes next. When the ceremony ends, and the words have been spoken, you walk out into the garden together, hand in hand. The air is fresh, the sky a soft shade of blue, and the world around you feels calm, peaceful, as if it has also breathed a sigh of relief. In the distance, you hear the faint sound of birds singing, and you realize that this moment, this beginning, is as natural as the changing of the seasons. You are not alone in this journey. You have found your match, your true companion, the one who will walk beside you for the rest of your life as the sun sets, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange. You and the princess find a quiet spot by the edge of the garden. You sit together, watching the world around you. The future, though unknown, feels full of promise. There are no more questions, no more doubts, only the soft, gentle certainty that you have made the right choice. You rest your head on her shoulder, feeling the steady rhythm of her heartbeat next to yours. The world fades away, and all that remains is the warmth of her presence and the peaceful stillness of the moment. And in that peace, you know that this is where you are meant to be. As the days flow softly into weeks, the life you now share with the princess feels like a slow dance, a rhythm that is gentle and comforting. The world outside the walls of the palace seems to fade into the background, as if time itself has decided to linger, watching over you both with a quiet, patient gaze. You no longer rush, no longer feel the pressure of the unspoken expectations that once clouded your every decision. There is only now, only this moment, and the promise of many more to come. Every morning, you awake to the soft murmur of birds singing outside your window, the cool touch of the morning breeze brushing through the curtains. You lie there for a moment, listening to the stillness, the peace that fills the air. The princess is still beside you, her breath slow and steady, her hand resting gently on your chest. The world outside may be waking, but in this moment, it feels as if nothing exists except the two of you, wrapped in the quiet comfort of each other's presence. You rise, slowly, careful not to disturb the stillness that has settled over the room. The first rays of sunlight trickle through the window, casting a soft glow over the space. You stand by the window for a moment, watching as the kingdom stirs awake. The land is peaceful, the sky a soft blue, and you feel a deep sense of gratitude settle in your heart. The princess wakes soon after, her eyes fluttering open, soft and serene. She smiles when she sees you, and for a moment, the two of you simply sit together in the stillness of the morning. There are no words, only the unspoken understanding that fills the space between you. There is no need for anything more. You both know that this is enough. As you sit together, sharing quiet moments, the days pass gently by. The palace, once bustling with the noise of preparation and the pressure of the past, now feels like a home. The gardens bloom in the spring, and the air carries the sweet scent of flowers. In the evenings, you stroll through the gardens, your fingers brushing lightly against hers, the soft murmur of the wind in the trees, the distant sound of water flowing from the fountain fills the air, adding to the peace that has settled over your life. The princess no longer feels like a distant figure, a woman on a pedestal. She is your equal, your companion. You find joy in the simplest of moments, sitting together in the quiet of the evening, sharing a cup of tea, watching the stars slowly appear in the sky. There is no rush, no urgency to do anything but exist together in this tranquil space. The seasons change, and the palace shifts with them. Winter comes, and the world outside is blanketed in soft snow. The air grows crisp, and the scent of wood fires fills the air. The palace is warm, the hearth crackling as you sit together by the fire, wrapped in blankets. The princess rests her head on your shoulder, her presence a quiet comfort, and you feel the weight of the world slowly melting away with each passing day. You have found your home, not in the grand halls of the palace, but in the quiet moments, shared with the one person who understands you, who sees you for who you truly are. There are no more doubts, no more searching. This life, this peace, is all you need. As you sit there by the fire, the warmth of her presence and the soft glow of the flames, you feel the deep, soothing certainty that this is forever. There is no grand declaration, no dramatic gesture, only the quiet, steady rhythm of love that has woven itself into every part of your life. And in that love, you find your peace. The princess looks up at you, her eyes soft, and you know without a word that she feels the same. You smile, and she smiles back, a quiet connection passing between you, unspoken but deeply felt. In the quiet of this life, you have found something more valuable than any title, more precious than any kingdom. You have found the true meaning of home, of peace, and of love. And as you sit together, watching the snow fall gently outside, you realize that you no longer need to search. You are where you are meant to be, together, always, as the years drift by. The kingdom around you, once bustling with the energy of youthful ambition and the thrill of royal duties, becomes a place of tranquility and quiet reflection. The palace, once a symbol of power and grandeur, now stands as a peaceful home, its walls covered in ivy, its halls filled with soft light, feel timeless, as if they have always existed in this state of quiet contentment. The work that once seemed like an endless parade of tasks now feels like a gentle rhythm. You walk the corridors with the princess, hand in hand, offering a kind word to each servant, every gardener, every cook who passes by. The palace feels alive, not with the rush of orders and expectations, but with the steady hum of daily life. The air is filled with the scent of fresh herbs from the gardens, the faint sweetness of fruit ripening in the orchards. You no longer feel the need to hurry. The days stretch out before you, soft and endless. The princess, ever by your side, has become the steady center of your world. Her presence is a constant, like the quiet breeze that rustles the leaves in the trees outside your window. Every morning, you share a moment of peace waking together as the first light of the day spills softly over the land. Her smile, warm and unhurried, is the start of each new day, and with it, you find a deep sense of belonging, a sense that this is exactly where you were always meant to be. Together, you have crafted a life of simplicity, one not filled with the burdens of politics or the demands of court life. The kingdom, under your quiet rule, has flourished in a different vein, not through conquest or ambition, but through the deep care you both take in nurturing the land and its people. There is no need for grand speeches or royal proclamations. Your actions, your quiet kindness, have spoken louder than any words ever could. In the evenings, you sit together by the fire, the crackling of the wood, the only sound breaking the soft silence. The princess rests her head against your shoulder, her breath slow and steady. You watch the flames dance, the flickering light casting gentle shadows on the walls. There is no rush, no urgency. Time seems to stretch and bend in the quiet warmth of the room. The world outside may be full of movement, but in this moment there is only peace. The days of your reign pass like this, gentle and slow. The kingdom continues to thrive, but not in the way that kings of old might have imagined. There are no battles, no great wars. There is only the steady flow of life, like the soft trickle of a stream that winds through the land, bringing life to everything it touches. And as you grow older, the changes are subtle. Your hair turns silver, your steps slow, but the peace you have found together only deepens. The princess, too, has grown with you, her grace ever steady, her wisdom ever expanding. Together, you have shared a life, and that life, though simple, has been richer than any you could have imagined in your youth. You realize, with quiet wonder, that you have both found something more precious than any crown or title could ever offer, a life of quiet, unwavering love. There are no more questions, no more doubts. The kingdom, the palace, and the world outside may continue to change, but the love between you remains constant, like the stars that hang above the night sky, silent and eternal. The seasons come and go, the years stretch out before you, but there is only this life, this love, this peace that the garden you once walked through, hand in hand, now seems more beautiful than ever. The flowers bloom in their time, the trees stretch high into the sky, their branches swaying with the wind. You walk through it together, side by side, with no words necessary. The earth beneath your feet, the sky above, the soft rustle of the leaves in the trees. These are the things that matter now. These are the things that fill your heart with a quiet joy. And as you reach the edge of the garden, you pause, looking out over the land you have loved and cared for, the land that will carry on long after you are gone. The sun sets in the distance, casting its golden light across the landscape, and for a moment the world feels perfectly still, perfectly at peace. You look at the princess, her face bathed in the last light of the day, and you realize, with a quiet certainty, that you have found your forever. There is no grand finale, no moment of great triumph or loss. There is only this, the gentle peace that comes with living a life of love, the quiet understanding that this, right here, is all you ever needed. The night falls, and with it, the soft murmur of the world continues. You and the princess, your hands still clasped together, walk slowly back to the palace. There is no need for words. The world is peaceful. Your heart is full. And as you both enter the warmth of your home, you know deep in your soul that this peace, this love will lasts forever. The years have softened into a blur of gentle memories, each one a quiet testament to the life you have built with the princess by your side. The kingdom is peaceful, as it has always been since you first united. The once bustling palace, now a sanctuary of tranquility, still stands tall, its walls holding the echoes of laughter, of whispered conversations, of quiet moments shared under the stars. And in the depths of this quiet kingdom, there lies a legacy not of grand victories or dramatic conquests, but of love, a love that has, in its own way, reshaped the course of your life, and the lives of all who have witnessed its unwavering simplicity. The sun is setting again, casting its golden rays across the vast fields outside the palace. You stand at the window, watching as the shadows of the trees stretch long into the horizon. The warmth of the day lingers in the air, and you can hear the soft rustling of the leaves as the wind begins to pick up, carrying with it the faint scent of flowers and earth. The world is quiet, but there is a fullness to it, a fullness that echoes in your heart, the steady rhythm of time passing, of life moving forward. The princess is beside you, as she has always been. Her presence is a steady calm, a reassurance that no matter how much time has passed, you are never alone. Her hand, gentle and warm, rests in yours. You look at her, and for the first time in what feels like ages, you truly see her. The years have been kind to her, as they have been kind to you. Her face, though now touched by the soft lines of age, still holds the same warmth, the same peace that you first recognized in her all those years ago. There is no trace of regret in her eyes, only the quiet satisfaction of a life lived fully, a life lived together. It has been a long journey, but it has been a journey without rush, without urgency. Together, you have walked through the seasons of life, each one a new chapter, each one marked by moments of quiet joy, by the shared stillness that only those who have lived a life of true partnership can understand. There has been no need for drama, no need for external validation. What you have built together is enough, more than enough. And now, in the peaceful twilight of your years, you are content. Your legacy is not one of battles won or territories expanded. It is one of love, of quiet compassion, of the kind of connection that transcends time. The people of the kingdom who have watched you and the princess live together, quietly lead and nurture, carry your legacy with them in the way they live their own lives, gently, with kindness, with understanding. The princess turns to you, her eyes filled with that same quiet knowing. She has lived a full life, and she has lived it with you. There is no sorrow in her eyes, only peace, a peace that mirrors your own. Together, you have built something far more lasting than a kingdom or a title. You have built a life that will live on in the hearts of those who have witnessed it. The years have been kind to us, you say softly, your voice filled with the calm of reflection. They have, she replies, her voice as steady as ever, but filled with a warmth that still stirs something deep inside you. And I am grateful for every moment. The moment stretches, stretching out like the endless sky before you. There is no hurry, no need for anything more. You feel the weight of the years of everything you've experienced together settling in your heart, a deep, profound satisfaction. Together, you have found the truest form of love, not in grand gestures, not in sweeping declarations, but in quiet, everyday moments, in the way you understand each other with a glance, in the way your hands still fit together as perfectly as they did all those years ago. The love you share has not diminished with time. If anything, it has deepened, settled into the foundation of everything you are as the final rays of the sun dip below the horizon. You know that this is the end of one journey and the beginning of another. But there is no fear, no anxiety. The peace that has filled your life will continue beyond the limits of this world into the next. It will live on in the hearts of those you've touched, in the kingdom you've created, in the love you have shared. You walk together, side by side, into the quiet night. The stars are beginning to twinkle in the vast expanse of the sky, and the cool evening breeze carries with it the promise of rest. The world is quiet now, but it is not empty. There is the sound of your footsteps, slow and steady, and beside you, the princess you love. Your partner, her presence, a soft comfort in the stillness. And as you walk, hand in hand, you know that you have given the world everything it needs. You have shared a love that is quiet but eternal, simple yet profound. It is a love that will live on in the hearts of the people, in the story of your kingdom, and in the peaceful silence of the night, and in the quiet under the vast sky, you find the final peace.